know Fort Mercy is, but there must be...
Wow. I'm glad to look after them, okay? There's still...
Delicious. After this is my... yeah. So, anyway.
Professor? Fort Mercy, it's a huge... I used to run way back when...
It's within my grasp.
I think I'm improving. Still a long way to go.
Look, Professor, we did great!
Professor? Fort Mercy, I used to way back when...
So, anyway. I'm rather, you know, but there must be.
Listen.
is a wonder.
This is my... Yeah! Anyway. Thanks so much. 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 Anyway. Thanks so much. Thanks so much. Thanks so much. Anyway. Thanks so much. Thanks so much. No. Thanks so much. Thanks so much.
Professor? Professor? Fort Mercy is huge. I used to run way back when Thanks to this 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 Fort Mercy, it's a huge fight way back. Thanks to this 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 Fort Mercy is it's a huge I used to run way back when Thanks to this Thanks to this Thanks to Thanks to this Thanks to this Thanks to this Thanks to this Fort Mercy, it's a huge I used to run way back when Thanks to this Thanks to this
I'm right, you know that there must be... Hello there. This one, yes? I think 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 this one, yes? I think
This one, yes? I thank you. 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 Return soon, please.
Hey, welcome. You have a good eye. You have a good eye. You have a good eye. A pleasure doing business. You have a good eye. A pleasure doing business. You have a good eye. A pleasure do. You have a good eye. A pleasure. 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 You have a good eye. A pleasure doing. Come again.
Welcome. Come back soon. Welcome. Please come again.
Hey there. Come back anytime.
Welcome. Come back soon.
Professor?
Oh, Professor, if we keep... Hey! Forget it. I guess she was... Come on, Masao, I'm a good... It's... By the way, Professor, you didn't know you had a crest, did you? I see. I suppose a mercenary. Most children, even to that, the heck do you get? See, fine, but now, for ages now, I know I used to. You know what? You were free.
Hello.
Lovely. I'm rough you with this. I'll gladly take. Well. What? I'm rough you with this. I'll gladly take. I'll gladly. I'll gladly. Honestly? I'll gladly take. I'm rough you with them. I'll gladly take. I'll gladly. I'll gladly. I'll gladly. I'm rather, you know, but there must. I'll gladly. I'll gladly. I'll gladly. A moment, please.
Professor? Do you have a minute, Professor? I've been I mean... Okay. I know you were... But I would have... It sounds awful. I'm sorry, Professor. I know. I won't cause it. I guess people could get... Just like that? I want to stand. I know, I just... Oh, thank you. Yeah, thanks for... I'm glad
Hey, you.
So, you see. Anyway, thank you so much. Hey, I could. Thank you so much. Wow. Yeah. Really? Thank you for the treat, Professor. Thanks so much. Thanks so much. Oh. Thanks so much. Professor? Oh, I asked them. Well, so, and I still, it's as if they're power. I can't know. What if the war? It is true. Thank you. Although if I people. Professor. Anyway, thank you so much. Hey, I couldn't. Thank you so much. Wow. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for the treat. So, you see. Anyway, maybe.
I'll keep my voice down.
It's up. I still need to improve.
There's one thing taken care of. I've got the gist of it now. See. Anyway. Thank you so much. Hey, thank you so much. Wow. Yeah. 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 Somebody gave me some candy earlier. I should have brought some with me. Really? Thank you for the treat, Professor. I'd like to do this again sometime. Anyway. Thank you so much. Hey, I could... Thank you so much. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Sometimes I'm surprised how warm the monastery is. I wish my parents' home was like this. Wow. Professor? Thank you for the treat, Professor. Hello there. Return soon, please. Cooking. Heh. Well, it'll all work out somehow. Maybe. If you just follow the recipe, most things will come out fine. I see. you just get it, Professor. This is my favorite.
I like seeing a table full of my favorite dishes.
It's hard to sneak out when the perfect.
Out? It's starting to... Winning is what matters.
It hasn't been ace. It must have. It hasn't been ace. It must have. We are just about to pass through Gronder Field. We should be in view of Fort Mercius soon. It looks like the battle made quite an impact. The Imperial army has lost some of its luster. We should be able to invade the fort without too much trouble. Yes, we must win for them as well. Professor, the soldiers have finished changing into their disguises. We are ready to masquerade as Imperial troops and infiltrate the fort. I believe this was your idea, was it not? It is impossible to take Fort Mercius with a frontal assault. We must take it from within. We will infiltrate the fort as Imperial troops and kill the enemy general. All preparations are complete.
According to the scout reports, my father and the others are not inside the fort. It seems they were moved to the front lines of the kingdom's western region.
The Death Knight became the general of this fort after the Battle of Gronder Field.
What? The Death Knight! I think I'll be taking a break now. You guys...
Bernadetta, you cannot be hiding on a field. The enemy will be seeing you.
No place to hide. I guess I have no choice but to fight.
The Death Knight. I hear that he is counted among the greatest heroes of the Empire at the moment. We never determined whether or not he was truly Yaritza. So, in capturing Mercius, we have encountered another obstacle. I suppose you have a point. If we challenge him again with conviction, we are sure to attain victory. The impenetrable fortress city of Arianrode goes by the name Silver Maiden. Yet she pales in comparison to Fort Mercius, the stubborn old general. Those who approach are driven back, but once we make our way in, it's all ours.
That fort has been brought to life on stage for countless operas.
Let us commence. We must puncture a hole in the Empire's defenses.
woman approaches. Will Death's scythe claim you, or will I fall to that sword of yours?
At Gronder Field, the armies of the Kingdom, Alliance, and Empire collide. The three forces engage in a fierce battle, each suffering significant losses before deciding to withdraw. Seeing an opportunity, the Resistance Army quickly plots an invasion of Imperial territory. In order to gain a foothold in the Empire, they will attempt to capture Fort Merceus.
Report. A group posing as Imperial soldiers has infiltrated. They seem to be affiliated with the Church.
Close the gates. Leave no survivors.
Put me in there.
I will prevail. With all of my might! I do this for all of us. I'll be home again soon. More fighting.
I'm awake.
What's my strategy?
I'll crush them all.
Ready for anything. What's the plan?
Let's clean up.
You're all going down.
No use. pushing my limits. Thanks for helping.
Might makes right.
To survive, always win. Each battle a victory. Still here.
Attack at your own risk.
One step closer to victory.
Strike you down.
Winning is what matters.
Pretty good, huh?
Will this ever end? All the... Only thorns left on this rose. Is this the final act? Winning is what matters.
You're stronger now. Whether I kill you or you kill me, I'm looking forward to this.
All you.
Whatever it takes. All for our future.
Great job.
Well done.
I will see this war through. Great.
The time.
Do not let him get away. Circle around and cut off his retreat.
I'll be home again soon.
Who's next? Get in line.
I shouldn't have strained myself. Attack from the grave.
All for Lady Rhea. Just like.
If you desire to slay me, follow. The appointed hour is at hand.
I've got. We've come this far. We cannot let him escape now. Everyone, after the Death Knight!
It is coming. Leave now, or all of you will die.
Run! We have to evacuate immediately!
What just happened here? The fort. It's just gone.
could that have been? It was almost reminiscent of that terror of legend. Agreed. We must retreat for now. All we can do is retreat to the Great Bridge of Murden and assess our situation.
Well now, that marching was nearly as trying as the battle itself.
We wasted a few days, but now that we're this far back, we should be safe. Or so I believe.
I still can't believe it. The fort was destroyed, just like that. The Death Knight knew about the attack. Was it the Empire's doing?
Guess that means they'd rather destroy the fort than lose it.
Whatever the case, we need to get our bearings and decide what we're going to do next.
We all have many questions, but for now we must focus on our next move. I wish for that as well, but we are sure to fall if we charge in without a plan. By the look on your face, I have the feeling you are working out a plan even now. So, we make it appear as though we have ceased our invasion by returning to Garreg Mach. Then we divide up our soldiers and infiltrate nearby areas of the capital, right under the Empire's nose. Finally, we gather all of those soldiers somewhere we can get to swiftly from Garreg Mach and proceed to invade Enbar. Is that what you are thinking?
Are you serious? You know there's no guarantee that we won't be spotted by the enemy, right?
If we fail to convene, we will be isolated inside the Empire and be utterly obliterated.
I will be embracing the nearness of death if I am needed to. With each other.
That sounds dangerous. Really, incredibly dangerous.
Make no mistake, if we fail in this plan, there will be no coming back from it. Are you sure about this, Professor? I see. If you are resolved, then I will follow suit. We may be weaker, and the terrain may be against us, but all we can do is use our resources as best we can. That, and pray for the blessings of the goddess.
Part 2. Silver Snow. Garland Moon. The chaos of war. The Resistance Army successfully takes Fort Merceus. Their victory celebrations are cut short, however, when javelins of light pierce the sky and destroy much of the fort. With nowhere else to go, the Resistance Army withdraws to Garreg Mach. Under the guise of surrender, they secretly prepare for a surprise attack on the Imperial capital.
It seems the preparations for our invasion of Enbar are advancing smoothly. All has been laid out so we can move swiftly to the necessary locations. Until the time comes, please try to keep your spirits up. There is something else. I have heard that Rhea is potentially being held captive in the capital. The information could not be confirmed, nor even properly sourced, but even still, we cannot ignore the possibility. Please bear that in mind. Yes, we must not let anything get in the way of rescuing her.
We're finally heading to Enbar, the capital city of the Empire. Ah, so many memories there.
Oh yeah? So you've been there before?
Oh, yes. Though it was a very long time ago.
A very long time. You must have been really young. I'm surprised you remember.
The main stage of the Mittelfrank Opera Company is in the capital. I hope no one from the opera gets swept up in the coming chaos.
There are many buildings straight out of the history books in Enbar.
I hope they remain unharmed.
You're worried about the buildings? What about the people? You're an odd one, Lynn.
I am also worried about the people. I'm sure my father is in a palace in the capital.
Many people reside in Enbar, so we must take care to avoid needless casualties. I don't think Edelgard cares much for avoiding casualties, so that's probably impossible. I bet we'll be fighting until one side or the other is completely destroyed.
Bernie, you should be staying away from thoughts like that. We will be defeating her with our full power. Our enemy has great strength, but we will not be losing.
I could not agree more. Remember, even if our surprise attack works, a force even greater than all of our troops combined awaits us in the capital. 0 casualties is always the goal, but we must not underestimate the situation at hand.
Still, we must not hold ourselves to the same twisted morality that she does. After all, we are here to stop her, not to follow her down her dark path. We all choose to fight back. We are all in this together. You're right, Blaine. We've got to try our hardest.
A different path from Edelgard.
There's no stopping her. The only way to end this is to kill her.
Our choice. Blaine, your words are wonderful and full of bravery.
Let's go. We can't lose.
The situation is dire, and so I will do what must be done.
I am certain that if we join our strength, we can win this battle without losing a single soul.
Thank you so much.
Years ago, Dagda and Bridget attacked the Empire from the west. The final target was the capital. But they were countered at a port town long before they reached their destination. I guess our attempt has been more successful than theirs, all thanks to...
Yes. 5 years ago, Edelgard said a thing to me. Bridget is a vassal of the Empire, but she also said I always have the freedom to be choosing whether I am with or not with her. I will become the ruler of Bridget. So she said I must make my own path. So now, my path and her path will be colliding.
So, Enbar, the capital of the Empire. It's finally time. I never thought I'd live this long. It's like any battle, really. Stay calm, stay focused. Don't give in to the enemy or your own fear. Striking down the Empire is my offering to His Highness. I left the kingdom. What am I saying?
I'm getting...
So, Emblem. Thank you so much. much. Ah, delicious. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm? Wow. Hmm? Wow. Sometimes I'm surprised how warm the monastery is. Really? Thank you for the treat.
The Death Knight, I will prey upon him. I will quench my blade's thirst with his blood. His focus is on fighting you, I'm sure. But mine will be the last face he sees.
Looks like we're nearing the end of this struggle. I'm sure Lady Rhea is on tenterhooks waiting for me to swoop in and rescue her. I was just kidding. Pay me no mind. Lady Rhea's not waiting for me, I know. No matter how much I might wish she were. She's waiting for you.
Yeah.
This isn't you.
Cooking. Huh. Well. If you just... I see.
Professor! My mother might be in the city. I don't have many good memories of her, if I'm being honest, but she's dearer to me than my father. If you happen to see her, please make sure she's not caught up in all the fighting. She's only a civil servant, so hopefully she takes a cue from her burning and stays inside.
In the opera, actors came and went all the time, but the people behind the scenes would stay forever. I'll bet I'd know a few of them now. I wonder if they've left the capital.
I certainly hope so.
Huh? Just recently, the fish in the pond suddenly started thrashing around like mad. I didn't know what was going on. Then I saw something gleaming in the southeastern sky. It happened right when you were out on campaign. I wonder...
Pardon me.
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. Momentum's really picking up for this final battle, huh? Even I'm starting to feel tense. Me! Enbar's history goes back 1,400 years. That even predates the founding of the Empire. It's one of the sacred sites of the Seiros faith, so it's a pretty big deal. But hey, no need to worry about the monastery while you're fighting the final battle. I've got it covered. I'll defend it to my last.
Hey.
The whole of the capital is going to be a battleground. The city has such a long heritage, but we can't let the common folk get hurt. We should try to confine the damage to the noble section of town.
Here we are, facing the final battle with the Empire. It's been a long, difficult struggle. We have to get Lady Rhea back. And we have to crush the Empire in the name of Captain Gerald. I don't know what comes next, but we can sort out those details later.
Ever since the Empire declared war on the Church, we have lost all contact with the priests and monks who are in the Imperial capital. I expect there's nothing we can do but pray for their safety. But realistically, it's probably too late.
The Empire's army should be divided now, with significant troops still in the west. If they don't assert their authority over the Old Kingdom's lords, they'll never know when an uprising might start. Ironically, as soon as we capture the Imperial capital, the Old Kingdom's lords are likely to rise up immediately.
It's such a relief that we've made it this far without having to fight my father. Hey, don't try and scare me if he turns up
Some of my soldier friends departed for Empire territory a few days ago. They wore trader clothes and hid their weapons in their luggage, so that even if they encounter patrols, they won't arouse suspicion. Another squad dressed as traveling artists. It's like a game of dress-up, but with lives at stake.
Yeah.
We're forming small units and slowly sneaking into the Empire's territory. That allows us to conceal ourselves along the path of the main army's progress, so that by the time we reach the capital, we can all join forces again. However, if any of the units are discovered before we can rendezvous, the whole plan is a bust. I'm sure the Empire seems to think we've abandoned our plans to invade, so they're likely not keeping as close a watch.
We're about to put the finishing touches on this war. I wonder how Fodlan will look without the backdrop of death and destruction. On the other hand, I'm terrified of what the future might hold.
Maybe. Oh. I was born in Enbar. My mother and father met in a church there. Not too long after, I was brought into the world. I do not understand how war can happen in such a precious place. It is no...
So, did you know? A magnificent canal flows through downtown Enbar. It's said to have been constructed under the guidance of Saint Seiros before the Empire was even formed. Ever since, that canal has been a major lifeline for the capital's development. And now this is how the Empire repays it. Truly, no good deed goes unpunished.
Right.
I'm from the Empire myself, and I still have some relatives in Enbar. I hope they get out in time, but I've no way of contacting them. I guess
considered... They used to call Enbar the city of Seiros. To assault it together with the knights is surreal. If Seiros were alive today, I wonder what she might make of our war. In Enbar, there was once a southern church, and apparently a bishop was dispatched to it. 100 years ago, the southern church became entangled in an insurrection. Until 5 years ago, the Empire and the church maintained a certain distance from one another.
Enbar is where the divine Seiros, sent by the goddess, first appeared before mankind. Saint Seiros then worked countless miracles there and offered guidance to the people. That's why Enbar is considered a holy place for the Church of Seiros.
Lady Rhea. Whenever I think about how we'll be seeing Lady Rhea real soon, I get happy and really get cleaning. We'll get there for sure, right? We'll see her again? I just gotta believe. I just got.
Really?
Professor, at last, the end is nigh. I love the Empire. Part of me wants it to survive, but I know that is not reasonable. The Empire's time has come. What we need now is a mighty leader who can rebuild Fodlan and rule it as a single nation. Nonetheless, it saddens me that we will not have an Adrestian Emperor.
The information about Lady Rhea being held in the Imperial capital came from an Imperial soldier at Mercius? We can't discount the possibility that the enemy's feeding us fake information on purpose. Still, we can only move forward. It's all on...
Well,
Lady Rhea.
Enbar's streets are paved without... I've avoided the damned place ever since I abandoned my nobility. Swore never to return. Now here we are. To return in this manner. Well, I can't say it is something I ever imagined.
You there? Well done. You have my thanks. Rhea will be... If we are able to save her, then I expect you will learn many secrets that have hitherto been kept from you. Are you prepared for that? Excellent. The battle will soon be upon us. Let us both be at our best for what...
He turns... That hurts. Ah, Professor. Thanks for stopping by. It's not bad. I was even told I'd be cleared for service starting tomorrow. Besides, I got this scar fighting for you. It's almost like a medal or something. I certainly meant it when I said it, but when I thought you were going to be killed for real, my reflexes kicked in. I reacted without thinking. It doesn't mean I've stopped being jealous of you, but come on, I can't help but look up to you. If I'd had the guts to run away from home, I wonder if I would have cared as little about my crest as you do yours. No, but if I thought I could have escaped, I would have tried. I'd leave behind House Gautier, and the life of a nobleman, and anybody who knew I had a crest. Our home is to the very north of the kingdom. Just across the mountains from us is land inhabited by foreigners to Fodlan. It once belonged to Fargus, but now that the kingdom has collapsed, it's only a matter of time until fighting breaks out. Anyway, that land has been contested for centuries, and all that time, it has fallen to House Gautier to protect it. Actually, our Lands of Ruin has been doing most of the protecting. Those were dangerous times. My father, if an emergency, I guess my older brother, you know, he won.